Hey squaddies, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening whenever you're listening or watching. Hello. Be sure to check out memberships. You can join if you're interested. You'll be in a company of equally amazing squaddies. And just like with all my information, I'll put the links inside the description box. Thanks. And a huge shout out to each and every one of you subscribers. We made it to 4,000 subscribers. Actually, we made it over 4,000 subscribers. We're like, right now we're at 4,019 subscribers doing this recording. So, awesome. I never thought that this channel would even reach 4,000 subscribers. And I'm so grateful that Thriving with the SXSW is one of the safe spaces to show love and support for Harry and Meghan and all things Sussex. I try my best to offer positive content with some humor and send out my good positive vibes to you all. I live in daylight, whatever that's supposed to mean to some people. But to me, it means that I love feeling happy and joyful, calm and collected, and bright in all things blue skies and sunshines. I live a pretty soft life, if I think that's what people are calling it now. I live like that my entire life. So while feeling like these beautiful feelings, I want everyone to feel that way as well. So when I do Harry and Meghan content, I want y'all to feel happy and inspired and in a great mood. So again, thank you for supporting the channel, whether it's through watching the videos, whether it's sharing the videos, subscribing, liking, commenting. I really enjoy reading your comments. I love them all. You can see the hearts next to the comments. And if I miss like your comment, and if it pops up like 2 days later, because it happens as well, I will like the comment, or I will like and love the comment. So you will. I try my best to make sure all of you are noticed. I see all your comments, the beautiful comments, and also the weird comments from the derangers. Oh, you know what? Thank you so much, derangers, for your hate watching as well. So thank you. If you're subscribed as well, I hate subscribing. Thank you for that as well. You're supporting a beautiful, positive space, platform where it just gives and shows Harry and Meghan all the love and support. Thank you so much for your input into that as well. And also thank you to the members. Like, you don't even have to like join a membership if you have, and I truly appreciate it so much. And speaking of memberships, YouTube has this thing where you can actually be a member of this channel for free for 1 month only, and then afterwards it's $1.99 a month. So if you like a free membership for 1 month only, it's there. I do it now before the offer disappears, because I had no idea that this was even like even a thing. Like I just randomly was just looking at my channel, seeing if I should switch some things up, add some things there, and I saw something like free membership. Like, oh, okay, I'll mention that in my next podcast, which is now. So yeah, I'll definitely take advantage of that. But it's only a free 1 month membership, so yeah, take advantage of it. Why not? Again, thank you for your support, and let's get into this podcast. Meghan teams up with Katie Couric and Brooke Shields on International Women's Day panel at SXSW. The Duchess of Sussex stepped out on Friday for the opening of the SXSW conference. Coinciding with International Women's Day, Meghan joined a panel called Breaking Barriers, Shaping Narratives, How Women Lead On and Off the Screen, alongside Katie Couric, Brooke Shields, and author and sociologist Nancy Wang Yuan, in a conversation moderated by Aaron Haynes, host of the Amendments podcast and editor-in-chief for the 19th. I love her so much. Prince Harry proudly supported his wife from the crowd, sitting front and center for the panel. Husband of the year, anyone? And during the discussion, Meghan shared the story about how she advocated for a Procter & Gamble to change a dishwashing soap commercial that advertised its product only to women when she was only 11. As a matter of fact, Katie Kern actually brought it up and asked Meghan to share the story.
Meghan, will you tell the story about when you wrote that letter to P&G? Because I don't know if everyone's heard it, but it's such a great story at a very young age, what you did.
That's so fun. Yes,
I just disrupted the flow. I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's good.
But go ahead.
Have a conversation.
That's what I love about interviewing Katie. I think it's okay.
I was 11 years old, about 11 years old, and I had seen a commercial on TV for a dishwashing liquid, and the boys in my class at the time said, it said, "Women all over America are fighting greasy pots and pans." And the boys said, "Yeah, that's where women belong, in the kitchen." And at 11, I just found that infuriating and wrote lots of letters and put pen to paper, and they ended up changing the commercial to people all over America. And it's funny to look back at it now, because that was before social media, where you had a reach that was so much greater. It was just an 11-year-old with a pen and paper. But it just, I guess, goes to show that if you know that there's something wrong and you're using your voice to advocate in the direction of what is right, that can really land and resonate and make huge change for a lot of people. So your voice is not small. It just needs to be heard.
Brooke Shields also chimed in.
This is where we're this is one of the ways where we're different. When I was 11, I was playing a prostitute. So
okay, bro.
I wish I'd known you.
Where we're going here.
When I was 11.
A little different.
I would have been writing very different letters, but equally important, I hope.
Speaking about social media, the Duchess of Sussex shared that she does keep her distance from it right now for her own well-being. Meghan also pointed out that during the SXSW panel, that it's more often that women speak poorly about other women online.
But also just creating these habits that what I find the most disturbing, frankly, especially as a supporter of women, is how much of the hate is women completely spewing that to other women. And I cannot make sense of that.
In the comment section on where I watched this panel on YouTube definitely proves her points. Instead of doing a prayer circle on Kate's whereabouts, they're busy hating on Meghan behind their device screens. It's so creepy and disturbing. Brooke Shields followed up by saying that it was her daughters who advised her not to read the comments, as she hadn't grown up with social media.
Yeah. Can I just add one thing to that? Because what you said is also very important. It's impossible. Social media was not around when all the vitriol was being hurled at me and my mother and everything, and it was unbelievable. Now, I never read any of it. Had there been social media, it might have just disintegrated me. I don't know. But when the whole idea of social media in your household with your young, in my case, women, my daughters were the ones to tell me, "Mom, don't read the comments." And I found that really interesting. Not only was I learning from these young women who I've spent their entire lives telling them what to do and how to feel and how to think and everything, they were coming back to me and saying, I said, that's interesting, why? And they both said, because there's such anger and negativity and vitriol out there. I hope they use the word vitriol, because then I'd be really proud of them. But the fact that in addition to what you're saying is we've got to make sure that we look right behind us too and bring up these young women who want to cancel out that messaging and only go towards the positive, because there's no function in the negativity.
The panel was absolutely phenomenal. I enjoyed all the ladies' points, especially Meghan's and Nancy's points. I felt a bit more connected to them, and as a younger woman working around people who don't look much like me and experiencing firsthand of all the things they mention in life, it's nice to hear more diverse opinions, particularly from a woman's point of view. And to slightly and briefly get off topic, but not really get off topic, because the point on men of color being realistically represented
So yay, we finally
to start this answer.
I feel like I'm like the doom and gloom person on the stage, but I think it's yay. Finally, we're seeing people of color actually represented as they are in real life. You know, this is the first. But I think, that when we disaggregate, we see that because we know that women are being underrepresented. So it's actually men of color that are more represented than women of color. So women of color actually went down.
The conversation concluded with panelists sharing their thoughts on building a more inclusive society and their hope for the future of media. Here's Meghan's answer.
It actually connects perfectly to what you're saying, because to the point of having so many fantastic female creators and founders of production companies that are making such good work, I think Bella Bajaria is such a great example. She's at Netflix at the executive level of bringing in the content that reflects our stories in a holistic and real way. She's a woman of color, and that speaks to our earlier question about representation, right? She's in that role, and in that role in a position of power, you were able to then share that more broadly so we can all feel more seen. Then on the flip side of a different sector, not entertainment related, but since we've talked about Gloria Steinem a few times, I think she's such a fantastic example of why we all have to keep going. She's turning 90 this month. And, you know, you look at Glow, and at 90, she still knows there's work to be done, and she's not throwing in the towel. And I think there's something so beautiful about that, to go, whether you're a 9-year-old girl or a 90-year-old woman, you can absolutely continue to make the change that we all need. And I think it's a great reminder for all of us.
And on that note, happy International Women's Day and happy Women's History Month. Moving on, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex visited the Archewell Foundation's San Antonio Welcome Project, which supports the creation of programming for women who have recently resettled from Afghanistan. Together with the Archewell Foundation's partner, Culture Lingua, this sector of the Welcome Project gathers regularly to further develop their sewing skills and building community. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex joined the women as they worked on their projects and learned about the newfound joy and creativity they found fostering with one another. The day concluded with a home-cooked meal where the Duchess joined in making boulani, a traditional Afghan flatbread. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Those taste really good, by the way. All right, moving on to the Duke of Sussex being nominated twice at the British Book Awards for his record-breaking memoir, Spare. The memoir deserves every award that comes its way. It's absolutely phenomenal. I read the book, and it was a little faster than listening to the Audible, but I prefer the Audible because your girl's, she's busy, okay? I can listen to all, I think it's 17 hours. I can listen to that, okay, in one sitting, at least, while I'm doing my work. So I truly appreciate it. You know, Harry, he spoke his truth, which is the truth in my eyes, as well as the receipts, and also opened the eyes to many who've never really thought about the what for whales like that. So I truly appreciate Harry opening himself up to all of us. I honestly think that the book, though, was like, he was in his way, he was trying to reach out to his father at the time, just to let him understand where he was coming from, because, you know, his dad, he's not a spare. You know, his brother, well, I don't really care about his brother, but, you know, his dad he's not a spare. He'll never be a spare. And so just hearing, you know, his son, or as he call his dear boy, everything that he's witnessed and gone through and grew up from, and, you know, how he became the man that he became, and how he fell in love, and how he views life, and, you know, and I truly appreciate it. It was just a really good book, and I'm going to listen to it again. I just gotta think of when to listen to it again. I may listen to it Sunday. So by the time this podcast is off, I'll be listening to Harry's Spare book on Audible. And but Harry, you know, he's where he wants to be, and that's with his family in Montecito, making the world a better place one day at a time. All right, moving on. I also wanted to add in Harry and Meghan's visit to Le Barbecue, one of their many stops in their Texas tour. It's like they're like touring Texas, like their diplomatic type of thing. That seems like what they're doing, which is awesome. So this past Friday, the couple greeted owner Allie Clem with big hugs as they stepped from the vehicle before surprising customers and taking photos on the patio around 3 p.m. Clem said the famous couple, who expressed a sincere appreciation for good food, talked with her about the menu and business she opened with her late wife, Leanne Mueller, in 2012, before taking a tour of the smokers. We had a couple laughs and then talked about what our bris came from and a little about the cooking process, Clem told the American Statement, because that's who she's speaking with on this article. We also talked about how competitive the barbecue world was, specifically in Austin, and a little about the barbecue community here in Austin and Texas. So, what did the royal couple eat in Austin? Clem said the couple, whom she described as lovely and engaging, ordered the restaurant's signature leg chop sandwich, a sliced brisket sandwich, chipotle sausage, and half a pound of pork ribs. Sounds like a good eating to me.
I absolutely agree.
Ew, how do you get involved in it?
Got me thinking about pork ribs, brisket, barbecue. Do you pour gravy on it?
Ew, get away, get away. A rep for the couple, whose visit was planned several weeks in advance, told Clem that it was the best barbecue they've ever eaten. Fit for royals. And necessitous made sure to see families for the Uvalde tragedy this past Saturday. Family members shared the visit on their social medias, also sharing Meghan singing "Happy Birthday to You" to the mom of the poster, John, who is a nephew of victim Irma, a teacher who lost her life in the Uvalde tragedy, and husband, whose name is also John, lost his life from a broken heart days later. As mentioned before, Irma's nephew, John, revealed that the Duke and Duchess of Sussex paid him and his family a surprise visit, sharing photos of Meghan speaking with him on a driveway to his home, alongside a snap of him posing with the Duchess and another photo of the royal couple inside his home. John shared, "It truly meant the world that Harry and Meghan showed up to visit the family. There are lots of tears of joy and heartfelt moments. They were the kindest, most humble people ever. It was like having family and friends over, having an amazing time together. They fit right in. We laughed a lot and shared intimate memories together." He also revealed that the royal couple were frequently in touch with the Garcia family, adding, "They keep in touch every other month, sometimes a little longer, but with their busy lives, them visiting truly felt more special." So beautiful. Harry and Meghan's visit also coincided with John's mother celebrating her birthday. As I mentioned before, Meghan saying happy birthday to her. John confirmed that the pair got involved in the festivities and brought over a birthday cake. So that birthday cake that Meghan was holding while singing happy birthday to you, they brought it over. He said Meghan Markle singing "My Mom Happy Birthday" was the cutest, most adorable thing ever. She even brought her cake. John also revealed that Harry and Meghan had spent time with his cousins, as he called the royal couple loving and supportive. I love this so much. so wholesome, so beautiful, so, oh my gosh, I know that this had to have meant the world to that entire family, and to have Meghan sing happy birthday to you, oh my gosh. And while visiting that family, Harry and Meghan also attended the event hosted by Kaboom, which is one of the organizations that made a deep commitment to the community after the 2022 tragedy at Robb Elementary. Kaboom, the city of Uvalde, and the Archewell Foundation partnered together shortly after the tragedy to create a park just 4 blocks away from the school. The community was able to give creative ideas for their dream playground with slides, swings, merry-go-rounds, and teetherballs. At this point, Harry and Meghan's actions speak for themselves. They continue to show the world that service is universal while also giving us all an example of what royals look like. Community and being there for others is far, far more valuable than wearing stolen jewelry and sitting on dusty old thrones. This podcast was sponsored by HayMist, where the breeze will lead you onto the lap of your very own married middle-aged father of 2. Buy it at your local Staffora or at an available Amazon storefront today. HayMist.
American male assistant.
Yes, Your Royal Highness.
Have you heard anything from that miserable old woman?
Which one?
Which one?
Well, yeah, there's Camilla, Sophie, Carol.
That insufferable witch. I'm trying to run this divorce as smoothly as possible, and she keeps making things difficult. Her drunk brother is on bloody reality TV.
Was on reality TV.
What?
He was voted out.
Well, I guess the firm must have contacted the network to get that drunken idiot off. It was almost as worse as that old car photo of Kate and her mother.
Well, the majority of the world wasn't convinced by it.
What do you mean that the majority of the world wasn't convinced by Kate's leaked photos? It looked exactly like her.
The greedy filter doesn't help with making it look any more like Kate. If anything, it showcases Pippa's face. And people are already questioning this photo that was posted on Kensington Palace today for Mother's Day.
And why were they questioning it?
The position, the trees, and wondering why you weren't in the photo with her.
It's blatantly obvious. I refuse to be in any more photos with her. I thought peasants were supposed to be idiots. More like you're the idiot. And why are you in my office? I thought you were getting treatment. I am. Then why are you in your office? Because it's my bloody office. So the rumors of you faking your illness is in fact true? Why would I fake an illness as serious as this? You faked a lot of things. One of the many traits you've certainly inherited from me. I'm nothing like you. You are, but worse. Tampon baby. Meghan participated in a panel discussion with other celebrity women. I've invited 2 of those women for tea and they've already declined. Fellow white women at that. But I was able to ID a jacket of Meghan's from a recent outing with the unfortunate name Diana. Oh, hello, William. Can't you see I'm distressed? Is Kate's mother still with the foot on your neck, as the bloody Americans would say? She's going high with the settlement office. It just might be cheaper to keep her. So you're considering calling off the divorce? Oh God, no. Not even that scares me. I want her out. I demand you get out of my way. Do not step in another foot in the king's office. I just did. What? Lousy golds. What do you want this time, Carol? My daughter deserves more money and property than what that bull-headed bully has offered us. How much was the offer? Ask my lawyers. £200 million a year, plus any home of her choosing, with a choice of building an entire new estate, isn't enough? Absolutely not. You didn't offer her protection of security. Fine, you can have that as well. Have your lawyers contact my lawyers. Looks like an offer I take. Can't expect anything less from a harlot upgrading to a queen consort. At least this harlot got a worthy king. What do you have? A pauper for a husband? Say that to my face, you dirty cow. Ladies, are they really? You should be telling that to all the man-faced women you cheated my daughter with. Unless they are man. Why is Harold in Texas of all places? I wanted to go to Texas. Who cares about that boy? Where's my money, Willie? Your money? The last time I checked, I'm in the process of divorcing your blonde of a daughter. Playing single father in the media, lying about taking your children to school. You should be a bloody shame of yourself. You of all people should be ashamed of yourself. Why don't we both surrender and admit that it's either me or the nannies who really takes the children to school? And help brush their teeth and hair? And tie their shoes? I've heard quite enough. Now, all of you, out of my office, at once.
And that's all for this podcast. And don't forget to visit my Amazon storefront. It's always updated with new items ready to be bought or looked at, whichever. In the meantime, I hope that your days are filled with blue skies, sunshines with positive vibes. I'd like to thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and hit that bell. Also, join a membership. I have the links inside the description box. My name is Deanna, and you are watching Thriving with the SXSW. Talk to you soon.